Hey everyone, welcome one, welcome all, welcome back to my channel if you're not new. And today I have a few more messages for the collective, for those of you who resonate with, chthonic, more underworld energies, those of you who identify as dark witches, or, if you just happen to come across this video in the algorithm, this message may be for you. So it's time to get the reading started and just tune in and listen. So, right off the bat, there is this message for those of you who are doing shadow work right now. So, some of you in the collective may be focused on doing a lot of shadow work, diving deep within your subconscious. It doesn't always have to when it comes to doing shadow work, it's not always about looking into your fears, into your traumas, and your triggers. It can be, it can revolve around that, but also your shadow self can hold untapped potential, unrealized talents, in traits and hobbies that you may repress about yourself. So the shadow self in general, it's more so of things that have gone repressed, things that have been unrealized, parts of yourself that you don't really acknowledge or bring to the surface, things that you're not conscious about your own entire being when it comes to doing shadow work and looking into your shadow self. It doesn't always mean negativity. I think we, as a society, tend to put too much negative emphasis on, things that, when it comes to talking about, shadows or darkness or the color black in general, like those topics tend to be very vilified and are compared to something evil and wicked, when darkness and shadow doesn't inherently mean bad. It doesn't mean bad, it doesn't mean wicked. It's just an unknown, uncharted territory. It is the void, it is creation, it is untapped, unrealized potential. So when I talk about the shadow self, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's something bad about yourself. It's just things that are unconscious. So let's read the excerpt of the shadow self card, because I find it very, this card very interesting, because I've been getting messages about the collective doing a lot of shadow work as of late. So let me just read this card, the shadow self. It says for this excerpt, night has fallen and a young girl pauses beneath a stone portal, perhaps seeking guidance from the raven above. The raven stands on high as the all-seeing gatekeeper, hovering between the realm of the conscious and the unconscious. A harbinger of powerful secrets and revealer of omens and signs, this potent totem was set to fly out of the dark womb of the cosmos, bringing the gift of light from the sun's rays. And so it is in the world of duality. If the light we carry within reflects the higher power, the shadow self is a reflection of the dark karmas, which keep us anchored in our unwillingness to face primitive emotions and impulses. Patterns often manifest in the form of unresolved conflicts and the negative judgments imposed on others and ourselves. Carl Jung characterized the shadow self as that which we think we are not. We deem our shadow self a weakness and strive to keep it hidden from the outside world. This act of repression, however, only succeeds in wasting precious energy and empowering negativity. Over a lifetime, these patterns can become rigid, blinding us to the fact that we carry and project them to the world. We only know our lives or relationships are not working, and we feel separate, divided, and imprisoned by our reactions. Instead of empowered by our wise actions, this appearance of the card presents you with a powerful opportunity to see how your shadow self could be preventing you from finding peace. It could well be the missing link. By exposing your fears to the light, you will dissolve the power they once had and transmute them into powerful allies. So that was the excerpt for the card, the Shadow Self. So some of you may have been doing a lot of extensive subconscious work, maybe doing dream work when it comes to helping you reveal deeper parts of your shadow. And again, the shadow self doesn't always have to mean something negative. The things that you find aren't always negative. It could just be unconscious, something that's hidden in the subconscious and the unconscious. It could also be hidden, desires, hidden talents or abilities that you repress and don't allow yourself to pursue. So let's get some information on what is the shadow self of the collective. What is the shadow self of the collective right now? What is in their shadow? The collective shadow self. What are they repressing? What is the collective repressing? Whoop. Okay, there's a bunch of cards that flew out. I don't know if these are the cards. Don't know if I had to do a reshuffle or, I don't know if these are the cards that are supposed to be the message right now. So let me do another reshuffle again just to make sure that those are, the message and not, because of my little butterfingers. So what is the collective shadow self? What is the collective repressing? What is the collective repressing? What is the collective repressing? What is the collective repressing at this time? What is the collective shadow self? What is the collective shadow self? We got one card. So let me see. What is the shadow self of the collective? Ooh. Shadow self of the collective. What are they repressing? The collective repressing. Okay. All right. Got 3 cards from my Mausolea deck. Something that you need to release. Something that you need to bring into the conscious, into the light. So we have Mother of Dawn, the emissary, beauty, agency, and compassion. So some of you in the collective may be working on releasing the fear of visibility, allowing yourself to express yourself in the way that you've always wanted to express yourself, allowing yourself to be seen as beautiful. Maybe some of you in the past may have been, could be mocked for your appearance, for your appearance in the past, and that caused you to probably shrink your self-expression, or I'm hearing ugly duckling. So maybe some of you may have went through an ugly duckling phase in the past, and now you're having a glow up, but you're kind of uncomfortable being seen as beautiful. You're working through that and healing that fear of being seen and being seen as desirable, allowing yourself to have more agency over your appearance and your self-expression. another thing that the collective could be repressing at this time. We have uh, Thanatos, Warden of D, completion, support, and expediency. It's in reverse. So some of you may feel like some of you may have felt like you've been unsupported with within your journey, within your personal development or your spiritual journey. Some of you may have felt alone, feeling like you always have to do things by yourself, feeling like you're fighting this uphill battle that will never end. Some of you may need to heal that part of yourself, that part of your shadow of feeling like you have to do everything alone, or feeling that you have no one to really confide in or talk to when it comes to your life's problems, and things of that nature. We also have the Chiron, the ferryman, necessity, focus, in transition. And this card was sideways, so you're actively going through this transitional phase of diving deeper into your shadows and healing them, allowing these things about yourself to come to the surface, and confronting them, because that's the only way you can complete a cycle, this phase within your healing journey of diving deeper into your shadow self. I'm hearing the words dark night of the soul. So when it comes to dark night of the soul, I like to use the actual term that it was intended for. It was a term for alchemy. It's a term used for one of the phases in alchemy, the Negredo phase, because the Negredo phase, the blackening, the dissolution of the ego, and diving deep into your shadow side, that is what the dark night of the soul actually references and pertains to. I would like to, say that just because you're going through a hard time in life doesn't automatically mean that you're going through a dark night of the soul. I notice, certain spaces within, the occult and witchy community, whatever you want to call it, they tend to use the term dark night of the soul as a catch-all, but what dark night of the soul really means is that you're in an alchemical phase of Negredo and dissolving all the false parts of yourself, the things that are not, true to you, dissolving the false ego, the false persona, to bring about, the truest, most purest parts of your essence, of your being, of your psyche. So that's what it's all about. But I digress. Some of you may have been deep within your Negredo phase, doing the shadow work, allowing these parts of you to come to the surface and dissolve. So, any more messages about the shadow? Okay, about the shadow. Anthony's call, and thanks of my spirit safe and sound, all things that are lost so can be found. So yeah, this phase of you diving deeper into your shadow self, you're finding lost aspects of yourself, parts of your personality that you may have suppressed, things that you desires that you may have tossed to the wayside. You are now going on this journey to reclaim parts of yourself that you repressed when it comes to your shadow journey, when it comes to your journeys into your shadow. Let's see. What else can heal the shadow self? How to heal the shadow self. How to How can a collective heal their shadow self? How can they heal? They can heal the shadow self by celebration. Basically, by healing the shadow self, you can, it's by embracing the journey, to not fear what you come across, or, you know, fearing the journey in itself, in its entirety. Embracing what needs to be done by diving deeper into your shadow and uncovering lost aspects of yourself, you know, hidden fears or traumas, you know, repressed desires. Embracing the journey and not being afraid to enjoy the process, even because you're getting to know you. Some of you may have been stuck in survival mode for who knows how long, or, you know, you just felt like walking around as a shadow of yourself, and now you're finally getting to know yourself so deeply, so intimately, that it calls for celebration. It calls for you patting yourself on the back for doing the hardest. So one of the hardest things that you'll do in your life is getting to know you, the real you, the true you, and not, you know, and not running away from it. So let's read the celebration card, because I remember pulling that card before in a reading when it comes to this similar topic like this. So let's read it. The excerpt. There's a cause for a celebration, and this is a special moment for the beautiful girl as she dances in sheer delight. In one hand, she holds a golden goblet, in the other, a ball of starlight. Her gown and headdress are adorned with fragrant blooms, and butterflies frolic around her as if to join in the happiness. Candles in the foreground add to the mood of rejoicing and symbolize the spiritual presence of light and illumination. There will be many good reasons for joy without need for any formal occasion or the use of a calendar. Celebration can be a type of harvest, reaping the rewards of efforts, marking time or good news, memory of a loved one, birth of a new life or project, fruition of a long-held dream. It can take many forms. To those who are caught in the addictive chase of leading a life based on projected future happiness, perhaps now is a good time to simply give thanks for the perfection of all that is. Today is the present moment. By reflecting on how your good and bad choices have led you to this point, hindsight can reveal the ways you have been guided and shaped by unseen forces, which help enrich your understanding of life. These are real triumphs of lasting value we can take with us to the next life and are worthy of great celebration. To those who are enduring difficult times where there seems to be little hope of change, the message of this card beckons you to actively seek joy and celebration regardless of circumstances. You will be forever wealthy if you can learn to celebrate the simplest things in life. In the wise words of Oprah Winfrey, the more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. Okay. That's the first time I'm reading the full passage. But yes, going through your dark night of the soul, going through your shadow self, it's a wondrous time. It's something to celebrate because you are changing. You are in this stage, this beginning stage of renewal, of getting to be fully, to become fully yourself, to fully stand in your glory and shine the way that you were meant to without apology. That's the beauty of it all. It's a wonderful message. Any more closing messages before I have to head off? Any more closing messages for the collective about celebrating their shadow? What's the best way for the collective to celebrate to celebrate their shadow. That's what I want to say. The best way for the collective to celebrate their shadow. How can the collective celebrate the shadow? What's the best way for the collective to celebrate the shadow? How can this collective celebrate the shadow? How can the collective celebrate the shadow? Okay, there it is. Okay. Got 2 cards for the closing messages. We got intuition sideways. Simple, complex words of pain or words that heal. You come to know truth by the way it feels. So some of you have been actively leaning into your inner guidance, or working on strengthening your inner guidance to find the best ways to navigate this journey through the shadow. And we have Dawn, the Red Shepherd. Just reward, evaluation, and respite. So I guess the best way for the collective to celebrate their, this journey that they're on, to celebrate going through their shadow work, is just doing things like little rewards, doing little things that like positive reinforcements, doing things that keep them motivated within their journey through the shadow. Best way to in order to like celebrate going on this journey, maybe like little rewards, things that your hidden desires, like say if you're a person that always, say if you're a person that always wanted to travel and wanted to see the world, see other places, maybe but you wanted to travel and wanted to see the world, but what stops you is like the fear of change, the fear of just like the very fear of leaving a place that's familiar and comfortable and going to this unfamiliar uncharted territory. Maybe a way for you to become comfortable with your hidden desires of like wanting to travel and wanting to see different places is that immerse yourself in like you can like slowly immerse yourself and saturate your subconscious with like the places that you want to visit. Like say if you wanted to visit like England or like Japan or or like Mexico, you would like look up videos of people walking through and exploring or like exploring the area, the town or the places that you want to go, like watching vlogs or buying like souvenirs or trinkets from the place that you wish to visit, but you're too afraid of going out of your way to visit, or you fear how much money you have to spend in order to go visit the place. Like this is a time to evaluate a lot of your desires and a lot of the fears that keep you from your hidden desires. So yeah, that's a way that you can navigate some of your shadow work, your journey, your dark night of the soul. Embracing the journey and celebrating milestones of your integration process, of your healing and integration process. Maybe you're a person that, loved music, but, again, the fear of being seen, the fear of being visible, or like the fear of being mocked kind of, kept you from pursuing that as a hobby or a career. You could, do little things like taking a singing class, or learning about music theory, or learning about, music production, to immerse yourself in that desire, little by little, dipping your toe. So like, you kind of desensitize yourself to the fear. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So yeah, that is the message for the collective today. If you enjoy this video, feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that lovely jazz. You all know what to do. So yeah, this is the message for today, and I'll see you all next time. All right? Bye, and take care of yourselves.